And we're ready for the throw-in of this under-16 County League. Crossmanina, the maroon, vKiltimagh in the blue. The ball, the throw-in, the game is on. Michael Benson has it. Gets it high in towards Patrick Daly and John Gerard Loftus. It goes into the full-back. Sean Griffin. Sean comes away, gets it out. Comes out towards Miles Burke. Miles picks it up. And Miles is fouled. The free to Crossmanina. About 40 metres out or so. And Joe Kane will kick it. And Joe with the wind in his back puts the ball down. And Joe Kane now steadies himself, comes up and kicks it in towards the far side, goes in towards the corner, out towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin looks up, shoots across the goal, breaks down there, comes out to Peter Burke. Peter Burke gets it out. Peter low, but it's picked up there by Michael Benson. Benson across to Joe Kane. Joe looks up as he puddles into a bit of water there. Patrick Jolly grabs it, but knocks John Gerard Loftus in the process, and the ball goes out over the in-line and wide. 2 chances for Crossmanina in the first minute or two. Sean Griffin with the kick out. Places it on the edge of the small square. Griffin now comes up, kicks it right-footed towards this side of the field, towards Michael Benson and Derek McDonald. Derek takes it on his chest. He's fouled if he goes through, and Joe Kane will take it. It's about 35 metres out or so from the vKiltimagh goal. Crossmanina playing with a very strong wind in the first half, playing into the town in goal. A difficult day for a place kicker with the heavy ball and wet conditions. Joe pops it in and pops it over the bar to open the score for Crossmanina for the first score after 3 minutes of play from Joe Kane. vKiltimagh in no hurry whatsoever with the kick out, and rightly so on their part, for playing is this strong wind in the first half. And Griffin comes again, kicks it out the far side of the field this time. Michael Miles is under it. Michael leaves it to Kevin O'Malley. Kevin gets it in towards Michael Miles, down to Michael Benson, leaves it there. Michael, a high ball across and wide. Michael Benson had a wide there. As Sean Griffin once again. Sean with the ball. About his fourth kick out in the first 5 minutes as Sean sends it towards the centre of the field. It comes down there to Peter Burke. Peter Lee is beaten by Joe Kane. Joe trying to come inside Burke. He's fouled by Tomas Griffin, and Joe will take it off his hand. 45 metres out, a high lobbing ball in, breaks down to, and it's pushing there, and a free out to vKiltimagh. Michael Griffin, Sean Griffin picking a spot there. Comes now, kicks it out towards the stand side of the field. It goes out over the line, and it's a line ball to Crossmanina, about 40 metres out. Michael Miles leaves it to Miles Burke. Miles Burke kicks it in right-footed, in across the face of the goal. And the referee having the whistle blowing, and Miles in towards the corner. It's blocked down there. Patrick Daly is got out there by Paul Conroy. Daly comes in, sends it across the goal, across towards Michael Miles. Michael Miles is tackled. It's a free to Crossmanina in front of the goal. Michael Miles fouled, and a free to Crossmanina. It's on the 20-metre line. It's to the left of the goal on our right. Joe comes up and kicks it in and kicks it over the bar for Crossmanina's second point. Six minutes gone here in James Stephen Ice Park. As Sean Griffin once again places the ball for the kick out. Griffin comes up now and kicks it towards this side of the field. Down towards Adrian Langan. Langan tries to go for it. It's still Langan. He's fouled. And a free to vKiltimagh. Gets it up this side of the field. The ball goes down to John Allen. Allen looks up. Shot is blocked. John Allen gets the boot to it. Brings it out over the line. A line ball to vKiltimagh. Aidan Langan will take it again. Gets it into the corner. In towards David Hopkins. Hopkins goes back. Kicks it up the side of the field. Out over the line. Another line ball to vKiltimagh. The first time in the Crossmanina half. 7 minutes gone. It's Paul Fearick. Fearick gets it across. Michael Benson goes after it. Michael picks it up. He's been tackled by Thomas Griffin. There's still Benson. Benson gets it into Joe Kane. Joe Kane has been tackled there by Fearick. Gets it into Derek McDonald. Derek McDonald in front of the goal. Derek pops it in and pops it over the bar. Some nice work there by Michael Benson. Joe Kane found Derek McDonald in the loose and Derek put it over the bar from 20 metres out. 8 minutes gone. Crossmanina playing with a very strong wind. As we look down at Sean Griffin, once again kicks the ball out the far side of the field. Joe Kane is under the ball. Joe takes it 45 metres out, sends it in long into Patrick Daly. Daly goes for it. Being tackled by Griffin, gets inside Griffin. It's still down in front of the goal too. And the ball is in the net. The ball is in the net. It looks like Derek McDonald has put the ball into the net. The first ball was blocked. Derek McDonald has put the ball into the net. And Derek has scored a goal and a point in the last minute or a half or so. Crossmanina open up a 1-3 no score lead here. The early ball in, causing the vKiltimagh defence an awful lot of difficulty in those opening minutes. Ball comes this side of the field, down towards Paul Fearick. Fearick comes inside McDonald this time. Derek goes after him. It's still Paul, gets it in low towards John Allen. John is there, picks it up, and then comes in the high ball in towards the corner, in towards Kevin O'Malley. It beats both of them. It goes back towards Paul Conroy. Conroy gets it away. It only as far as Patrick Daly. Patrick Daly in front of the goal. His shot is blocked. It hits the post. It comes back. And Michael Miles kicks it wide. Well, it was so close. Struck the post and came back and just popped it wide. Sean Griffin out this side of the field down towards Conroy. Conroy there, but Joe Kane has it. And Crossmanina dominating those 8 stages. A 45. Joe Kane's kick half blocked there by Paul Conroy. Michael Benson kicks it out to Joe Kane. Joe about 15 metres in from the far touchline. Crossmanina lead 1-3 no score. Joe stands back now and kicks this 45. He kicks it high in towards the middle. It comes down to Daly in front of the goal. Daly is tackled. Daly over his head. In and wide from Patrick Daly.
Come on now, Paul, get.
Sean Griffin, 10 minutes gone, out towards the middle, comes down, bottle on the ground. Derek McDonald goes after, comes after Patrick Fearick. John Allen gets it in, first time, only as far as Peter Burke. Peter Burke gets it up the far side of the field towards Patrick McCandle. The ball beats the two of them out over the line. Gets it in low to Joe Kane. Joe goes for it, gets it, tries to come inside Burke. It's still Joe. kicks it in, but only as far as Conroy. Conroy gets it out towards the centre of the field, towards Tomas Griffin. Tomas has it, comes inside, but Joe blocks the ball down, taken by Michael. Kevin O'Malley got it out there to Joe Keane. Joe swings it in towards Derek McDonald. It breaks down to Patrick Daly. Daly in front of the goal. Daly a shot and Daly a point. And Daly has put the ball over the bar. 1-4. Sean Griffin, by far the busier of the kickers here so far, the most man that has touched the ball so far. Sean kicks it towards this side of the field, down towards David Hopkins. Goes into Feerick. Feerick gets it. Tries to come inside Derek McDonald. It's still Feerick. Goes across the field. Gets it out to Peter Burke. Peter has it. Trying to come inside Joe Kane. Loses it. Michael Miles gets the boot. Derek McDonald gets the boot to it. Comes out the far side of the field towards Pat McAndra and Thomas Gallagher. Thomas is fouled by Pat McAndra. Thomas Gallagher now comes, kicks it up low in towards the centre. Damien Lavin. Lavin brings the ball out, taken up there by Miles Burke. Miles kicks it high, comes down towards Burke and Joe Kane. Burke comes away with it, gets it into the corner. PJ Hughes and Paul Gallagher. PJ gets a boot to it. It's got there by Jimmy Burke. Jimmy comes inside, loses it. Being tackled by Stephen Fergus. Loses it. Paul Gallagher has it at his feet. Tries to pick it up. It's still Gallagher trying to come in. Looking up. Gets it across the middle. Michael Benson is back there. Looking. Giving it out towards Miles Burke. Miles Burke picks up a good position. 45 metres out from his own line. Gets it out this side of the field towards Joe Kane. Joe Kane has Derek McDonald with him. Joe leaves it to Derek. Derek leaves it to Joe. Joe gives it out the far side of the field to Kevin O'Malley. Kevin going after this ball. 13 metres out from the Kiltimagh goal. Looks up, gets it low across towards Patrick Daly. Sean Griffin misses it. Comes to Michael Miles. Michael goes for it. It comes out towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin in front of the goal. Kevin a high ball in and Kevin over the bar. Crossmanina 1-5. Kiltimagh no score. And the wind is still blowing down the field, a strong wind here. On this last Sunday in April. As Sean Griffin kicks it low this time. It comes out towards Benson. Benson is beaten there. And it's a free to Kiltimagh. Gets it in by Derek Kinney. Down towards David Hopkins. David Hopkins goes for it, but Adrian Lang and Lisa there too. Dominic Lavin. Lavin gets it. Quick out this side of the field towards Adrian. Adrian trying to come inside Derek McDonald. Gets it in low, but John Allen is there. Gets it in towards Damien Lavin. Lavin is tackled there. And a free to Kiltimagh. 45 metres out. Lavin gets it across the middle towards Thomas Griffin. Griffin going on a solo run. Kicks it high ball in towards Stephen Fergus. It breaks in to Shane Heffernan. Down to Patrick Cawley. Patrick Cawley comes away, loses it. Gets it out this side of the field towards Shane Heffernan. Shane Heffernan goes after the ball. Gets a boot to it. And it's a line ball there. To Kiltimagh. No, well the referee has thrown it in. He throws the ball in. He throws the ball in there. And he throws it high in towards John Allen. John burst out with the ball. He's fouled as he does so. Looks up, gives it out towards Miles Burke. And Miles, as he went for the ball there, you could see the water rising up. Comes out to Thomas Gallagher. Gallagher trying to come inside Pat McAndra. It's still Gallagher. Gallagher gets it across to Griffin. Griffin, 40 metres out. Trying to come inside Michael Benson. But John Allen reads it well and picks it up and comes away with it. Throw the hand once. Then looks up. Looks for Derek McDonald. And Michael Miles. Michael goes for it. Tries to pick it up. Michael kicks a high ball out the far side of the field towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin will have work to get this one, but he stops it from going out over on the 13-metre line once again. He gets it in low, in towards Patrick Daly. Daly gets it across the goal. Out towards Daly. Daly gets it out to the corner back, Griffin, but in nips Kevin O'Malley. Kevin looks up, gives it back to Pete Daly in front of the goal. Patrick Daly, a shot. Patrick Daly hits the crossbar, comes down to Joe Keane. Joe Keane fooled himself there, the ball hit him, and it's got out by Kiltimagh on the side of the field. Well, Crossmalina has hit the woodwork 3 times in the first 15 minutes as David Hopkins swings in a high ball in towards the goalie. It breaks in and to Griffin, down from the goalie. Daly is blocked, half blocked, comes down to David Hopkins. Hopkins gets it in. It goes in towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin loses it, comes back to Michael Benson and to Miles Burke. Burke was out there on the far side of the field is Griffin. Griffin is fouled by John Allen and a free to Kiltimagh. 16.5 minutes gone. Crossmalina 1-5. Kiltimagh no score. Peter Burke, nephew of Mayo, former and present Mayo goalie Eugene Lavin, puts the ball down. Ball is blown. He has to replace it. And Burke now comes and kicks it right footed up the far side of the field, up in the stand, up in the shelter of the stand. Pat McCandle rises for it, loses it, and touches it on the ground. As he went down, touched it on the ground. A free to Kiltimagh. Tomas Griffin with the hairband exactly on the halfway line. Griffin comes down and kicks it high. Comes down towards Michael Benson. Michael goes for it, but it hits him on the heel as he went for it, and a free to Kiltimagh. Damien Lavin will take it. Damien leaves it to Thomas Griffin. Lavin comes up, kicks it high in towards the corner. It's blocked out there. It's got by Gallagher. Gallagher trying to come into his man, blocked by Pat McCandra. Out to Derek Kinney. Kinney has a shot in towards the goal. Miles Burke goes for it, knocks it down as well as Derek Lavin. Lavin is blocked by Stephen Fergus, and Fergus bursts with the ball out. He's fouled as he does so. Looks up. Gets it out this side of the field, out towards Shane Heffernan. Shane gets it fisted out to Joe Keane. Joe looks for David Hopkins, and Hopkins then gives it first time in towards Derek McDonald. Derek picks it, he's been tackled. Well, the referee says he wasn't fouled. Gets it in towards Burke. Burke goes down on it, been tackled by Joe Keane. It's still Burke. Burke gets it out the far side of the field towards Pat McCandra, and Pat goes for it. Line ball to Kiltimagh. Went off Tom Griffin. Thomas Gallagher will take it. Gallagher takes it in towards the full forward. It's Jimmy Duffy. Jimmy Duffy is fouled. Jimmy Doyle is fouled there as he went for the ball. Free to Kiltimagh, and Thomas Gallagher will take it. Thomas left-footed now, kicks it in low, ball goes out wide. 19 minutes gone here. Crossmalina 1-5, Kiltimagh no score as Patrick Cawley will take his first kick out. Patrick comes, kicks it right-footed, high towards the 45, down towards Miles Burke, breaks inside to Michael Benson. Benson gives it out to David Hopkins. David looks up, gives it towards Michael Miles. Michael loses the ball, gets a boot to it. He's been tackled by Jerry Higgins. Free to Kiltimagh. Free to Kiltimagh. Jerry Higgins will take it himself. He leaves it there for Peter Burke. Peter Burke, centre half back. Take this one right-footed up the far side of the field, up in the shelter of the stand, out over the line. Line ball to Crossmalina. And the wind spoils this game because it's very hard to keep it between the white lines. As Pat McCandra will take this one up the far side of the field, kicks it high towards David Hopkins. Hopkins goes for it, loses it. beaten by Langan, but gets it in as far as John Allen. John gets a boot to it, brings it up the far side of the field. And the line ball to Crossmanina went off the Kiltimagh man. Taken quickly the far side of the field. Well, Liam Higgins, very exact on the whistle. John Allen takes it, gets it in towards Joe Kane. Joe 40 metres out. Joe trying to get around his man, gets it in high in towards the Kiltimagh goal. It breaks in, the ball will go into the net. It's in the net from Joe Kane. Well, you could see it hanging in the air. The goalie stepped off his line that yard too far, and the ball went in over his head. The wind playing tricks there with the Kiltimagh goalie, Pádraig Walsh. As Pádraig went for the ball, he came off his line, he had the ball covered, but the wind carried it over his head and into the net to leave Crossmanina 2 goals and 5 points. Kiltimagh no score as Derek McDonald goes for it. Derek goes for it, gets a hand to it. David Hopkins, it's on the ground, it's still on the ground. It breaks out to Kenny. Derek Kenny is fouled, free to Kiltimagh. Kenny gets it in low. In towards Stephen Ferguson, Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy has it. Jimmy is fouled, free to Kiltimagh. 45 metres out. Jimmy gets it high in towards the corner, towards PJ Hughes. PJ beaten there as the ball goes in over his head. It goes down to Paul Gallagher. Paul coming inside. It's still Gallagher. He's fouled. A free to Kiltimagh, the first scoreable chance after 23 minutes of play. And Thomas Gallagher comes up and kicks it in, and kicks it over the bar to open the score for Kiltimagh. Thomas Gallagher opens the score after 23 minutes of play. McNallen retrieves the ball from behind the goal. Well, it's stuck on the wire now. The players are all clustered in the 45. As Patrick Cawley and White down here on the left comes and kicks it out this side of the field, out towards Shane Heffernan. Shane goes for it, gets it, comes out to his man, then kicks it high up in the air. Breaks inside to Feerick, Patrick Feerick. Patrick still with the ball, being followed by David Hopkins, gets it in, but Pat McCandler reads it and looks up and then gives it quickly to Joe Kane. Joe Kane has Miles Burke with him. Joe goes it alone, then gives it in a high ball in towards Patrick Daly. He'll beat the two of them, down to Kevin O'Malley. Kevin O'Malley into Michael Miles. A shot by Miles and a goal. Clinical finishing there by Michael Miles. A great ball from Joe Kane. And Michael Miles has put the ball into the net. Crossmanina 3-5, Kiltimagh 1 point. 24 minutes gone. Sean Griffin with this kick out. Griffin kicks it high out towards the far side of the field. It comes down to Joe Kane. It will beat Joe Kane out over the line. A line ball to Crossmanina. Joe gets it in quickly. Goes to Kevin O'Malley. Kevin looks up. A high ball across the face of the goal. John Gerard Loftus is under it. Then it comes down there. It's got out by Sean Griffin. Patrick Daly runs after it. It's still Daly. Daly picks it up. He's been tackled. Then gets it high in towards the middle. Down towards... But Derek Kenny. Kenny comes away with the ball. Looks up. But only as far as Joe Kane. Joe pots it in high from the 45. It'll break in towards Griffin. Griffin comes away with it. It's a low ball out towards Langan. Langan lets it run on to the other Langan. Adrian Langan. Langan gets up the far side of the field. Shane Heffernan is out in front. Beats his man. And then a high ball in. It comes down to Jerry Higgins. Higgins gets it out to Kenny. Kenny looks up. Then kicks it out the far side of the field towards Pat McCandler and Thomas Gallagher. Gallagher takes it on his chest. Then looks up, gets it in high. Shane Heffernan is there, gets a fist to it, knocks it down. Comes down to Stephen Fergus. Fergus goes for it, gets a boot to it, nips it out the far side of the field. Derek Lavin goes after it. He's been tackled there. Pat McCandler goes down on it, but he's beaten by Jimmy Doyle. Doyle trying to come inside his man. Gets it out towards Griffin. John Allen goes after it, gets a boot to it, gets it out this side of the field. As Adrian Lanyon goes for it, Derek McDonald pulls on it first time, goes behind him, Derek retrieves it, gets a boot to it, gets it out over the line, a line ball to Kiltimagh. The ball was lost there by the Kiltimagh man, Adrian Lanyon, for a minute. Looks up, then gets it in this side of the field. It screws off his boot, out over the line. A line ball to Crossmanina. Shane Heffernan takes it quickly, comes in towards Joe Kane, fists it down. Michael Miles goes after it. Lanyon is after him. Lanyon gets the boot to it, low towards Miles Burke. Leon Miles goes after it. In nips Lavin. Lavin beats the two of them, comes away. He's been tackled by Kevin O'Malley. A free to Kiltimagh. Free to Kiltimagh. Peter Burke will take it.
Kevin, punching! Kevin! Go over here, open space. Come on, over. Let him go looking for you afterwards. Come on.
A high ball in towards Miles Burke and Jimmy down to Lavin. Lavin in front of the goal. Lavin is shot and Lavin a wide. Patrick Hawley has the free out. As Patrick Hawley comes now and kicks it out towards the 45, down towards Michael Benson. Frank Kinney has it, gets it in low, in towards Stephen Fergus and Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy is fouled. Free Kiltimagh. About 27 or 28 metres out. Thomas Griffin will take this one. In a dangerous position, it could dip under the crossbar with this wind. Breaks inside to Mooney. Mooney in front of the goal, gets it back to Griffin. Griffin gets it in low. Patrick Hawley grabs it at the second attempt, gets it out far side of the field down towards Michael Miles. Michael goes for it. It'll beat Michael Miles. Jerry Higgins gets it. Jerry gets it in low towards Thomas Gallagher. Gallagher picks it up, gets it across, but John Allen is there, and John won't be beaten. Gets a boot to it, gets it out towards Hopkins. Hopkins gets it out towards Shane Heffernan. Shane comes away with it, beats his man Jerry Mooney, and then gets a high ball up the field towards Joe Kane. Joe has two men gone inside him. It's still Joe, two men after him, Peter Burke and Paul Fearick. It's still Joe Kane. Joe Kane kicks it over the bar. And that was started way back in the back with John Allen getting a boat to it out to David Hopkins. Hopkins gave it to Heffernan, Heffernan to Kane, and Kane over the bar. 28 and a half minutes gone. Jerry Griffin into this strong wind, gets it out towards the 45. It pulls in to Joe Kane. Joe goes after it. Joe will let it out. Here's a line ball to Crossmanina. Joe gets it in quickly towards Miles Burke. Miles 30 metres out. Miles a shot. Miles a point. And Sean Griffin has a torrid time here in this opening half, kicking the ball out into this strong wind as the clouds gather, and I'd say we'd have a shower in the next couple of minutes as Griffin comes, kicks it outside the 45. This time it comes down towards Joe Kane once again, and Joe is all alone. Joe looks up, kicks it high in towards the goal. The goalie is under it, but it's gone over the bar, and Joe from all of 48 metres out kicks it over the bar. As the referee looks at his watch, about a half a minute left for play. The ball comes down towards Fearick. Fearick gets it and beats Derek McDonald. It's still Fearick, goes across the field, gets it out towards Joe Kane. And Burke, the ball beats him. Down to Joe. Joe on a solo run. Joe come inside Kenny, and he's 40 metres out. Joe is in front of the goal. He kicks it in. It goes into the goalie. Gets it. Jerry Walsh. Jerry gets it out towards the far side of the field, towards Kenny. Kenny has it. trying to come outside Miles Burke. But the ball goes off Miles and a line ball to Kiltimagh. Line ball to Kiltimagh. Peter Burke will take it. Peter puts it down 40 metres out from his own goal. In the shade of the stand over there. The referee looks like if he's calling for the ball. He calls half-time here in Ballina in this county minor under 16.
Must be looking for something at someone. He's on again, it is. You're trying.
Have you no court? There's a court there, Michael, if you want it. Huh?
The jacket's not too bad. You want it? I'm not cold anyway.
No, if your body is cold, warm.
I got a good coat in my back. The lungs keep very warm underneath.
Oh yeah, you can hear a lot of things in that. Oh! That'll be on there. If Father Jim hears that, what's going on? Martin Brown, the linesman is handing over his flag here. A minute gone trying to get a linesman across the field here as we're ready for the second half. As the wind gets up, the sky brightens. To our left, the shower seems to have gone round. As we look down, well, Liam Higgins is not happy. Here, Liam. Well, we supply Boyers, flags and linesmen and the lot here. And we're still not ready for the off. 30 minutes away from county final. Castlemaine lead 3-8 to 1 point. Now we're ready to throw in and the game is on. And Derek Kinney gets it down, Miles Burke goes after it, Miles picks it, gets it up. Looks up, then kicks it high over towards Derek McDonald. Derek takes it very well there. Derek takes it on the halfway line, gives it quickly out to Joe Kane. Joe looks up, gives it in, delivers it in quick. Comes down to Michael Benson. Benson gets it into Kevin O'Malley. Kevin into Michael Miles. Michael Miles in front of the goal. His shot is blocked. It comes down to Kevin O'Malley. Kevin looks up, then kicks it high in towards the goal. Out over the end line and wide. Sean Griffin with the wind in his back this time gets it down towards Miles Burke, goes for it, comes down to Kinney. Kinney gets it high in towards the corner. PJ Hughes then goes for it. PJ goes for it, gets it. Comes out, he's fouled as he does so as he beats Paul Gallagher. 3 out to Crossmalina. Gets it up the far side of the field, down towards Kinney. It breaks Kinney, comes down to Miles Burke. Miles has it, picks it up, goes on a solo run. It's still Miles carrying it in, low ball in. It will come back to Miles. Miles leaves it to Michael Benson. Michael Benson looks up, looks for Michael Miles. He's beaten there by Jerry Higgins. Jerry kicks it out towards John Allen. And Pat McCandler, Pat a fist to it. it only comes to Kenny. Kenny gets it into the corner. It goes into the corner. As Peter Hughes goes for it, he's beaten there by Paul Gallagher. Paul trying to come inside him. Gets it in low. In towards the full forward, Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy kicks it hopefully across the field. Comes down to Langan. Langan gets it in high and gets it in and over the bar. 2 minutes gone. Kiltimagh clawing their way back with a point. Aidan Mullen is coming on, but well, the referee hasn't have spotted. Kenny gets the ball out the far side of the field. Thomas Gallagher comes inside his man, Pat McAndra, and Michael Benson gets it high in towards Stephen Fergus. Fergus knocks it down, comes down to Lanyon, but he's beaten by David Hopkins. David is beaten in turn by Jimmy Doyle. He's fouled, a free to Kiltimagh, 20 metres out. And Jimmy Doyle kicks it in and kicks it for Kiltimagh's third point. Aidan Mullen comes on to Crossmanina team. And who's gone off? Well, it looks like Michael Miles gone off. Comes on. Patrick Colley with the kick out into the wind, kicks it towards the 45 down towards John Allen. John goes for it. Down. It comes inside to David Hopkins. Hopkins gets it out to Miles Burke. Miles gives it up towards Michael Benson, and Michael in the middle. He has Joe Kane inside him on our lawn, 45 metres out. Joe goes on a solo run, gives it in quickly to Aidan Mullen. Aidan back today after injury, gets it in and gets it wide. Well, Aidan could have carried the ball a bit there. As the sun shines here. 4 minutes gone in the second half. Sean Griffin with the kick out once again. Gets it low out towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin is beaten by Conroy. Conroy, as Pat McAndra goes for it, knocks the ball down to Miles Burke. Miles high in towards Patrick Daly and Joe Kane. Daly goes for it. He's beaten by Griffin. Griffin comes away, gets it low down towards Pat McAndra, and Pat McAndra loses the ball to Lavin. Lavin on a run, goes inside, but loses the ball. As he's tackled from behind by Pat McAndra, free to Kiltimagh, just inside the 45. And free to Kiltimagh, just about 40 metres out or so. Well, Pat McAndra went in real hard there on Frank Griffin. As Damien Lavin picks himself up gently. Peter Burke will take this free. It's just on the 45. Into this wind, with the wind in his back. Second half. And Peter comes now and kicks it high in towards the corner. It goes off Paul Gallagher, out over the end line and wide. The ball comes out this side of the field, down towards Gallagher. Gallagher wins the ball there, tries to come in, and he's well blocked there by John Allen. John gets it out quickly towards Miles Burke. Miles is on a solo run, he's followed by Kenny. Kenny is after him, the wind holding the ball up on a solo run, and then he gets it across the far side of the field, across towards John Gerard Loftus. And John's having a quiet game so far, gets it back from McDonald and gets it out quickly towards the far side of the field towards Burke. Burke being followed by McDonald, and Burke gets it high up towards Shane Heffernan in the corner, hits him on the knee, comes out towards Derek Kinney. Kinney gets it into the corner towards Mooney. Mooney back to Langan. Langan back 30 metres out, loses the ball. Being tackled there by John Allen. Loses the ball. It's still Langan. Langan looks up, gets it in and gets it over the bar. Four points for Kiltimagh, 3-8 for Crossmalina. 3 points in the second half from Kiltimagh. Patrick Colley with the kick out. It looks like he's kicking towards the stand side. It's high, it goes up in the air, the breeze holds it. Comes down to Langan. Langan loses it. David Hopkins gets a boot to it. It goes out to Frank Griffin. And Griffin will kick it in towards the goal. It's a high ball in. It's gone. It's blocked down. Shane Heffernan is there. Comes away with it. Gets it out towards the far side of the field towards Michael Benson. Michael is on a solo run. Comes inside Damien Lavin. Lavin out towards Miles Burke. Finding him well. Again, it's to the brain. And Miles has to carry it now. He's still Miles. Looks up, gives it to Aidan Mullen, just into the game. Aidan looks up, gives it out the far side of the field towards John Gerard Loftus. John's shot is blocked there. Patrick Daly. Daly's shot is blocked. It's got out. It only comes as far as Griffin. Frank Griffin in the middle of the field. 2 men loose. Michael Benson goes to him. Gets it in low. But it comes down towards David Hopkins. And David has corner back. Gets it out quickly towards the far side of the field. A line ball to Kiltimagh.
When you get down the field.
And Adrian Langan gets it in high. It's fisted down there by John Allen. And a foul on the Kiltimagh man, Adrian Langan, a free to Kiltimagh. Frank Griffin will take it, about 30 metres out or so. And he comes up now and he kicks it in towards the goal and he kicks it over the bar. For another point for Kiltimagh. Frank Griffin a point. A well taken free with the wind. 10 minutes gone. 20 to go. 5 points to 3-8. Patrick Daly with the kick out. Kicks it, held up by the wind once again. Michael Benson rises for it, knocks it down to Shane Heffernan. Shane comes out, fists it, out towards Michael Benson. Michael is on a solo run, comes inside Damien Lavin. Gets a long ball out the side of the field towards Miles Burke. Miles gets it in quickly. It goes down towards Joe Kane. Joel is tackled. Joe fouls and free to Kiltimagh. Paul Ferrick will take it. Paul Ferrick comes now, kicks it high towards the Crossmalina 45. It will beat the Mall Bear Michael Benson, and Michael comes away with it. Comes inside his man, looks up, finds Miles Burke once again, and Miles having a second half. Well, a harsh decision there on Miles. You couldn't see he did any foul whatsoever. The ball in from Burke. Burke gets it high in towards the corner. Stephen Fergus comes out, gets a hand to it, comes down to Jimmy Doyle. Jimmy picks up the ball, trying to come inside Fergus. It's still Jimmy Doyle. And Jimmy carries it out over the end line and wide. Patrick Colley with the kick out. Well, the referee has called back the play. Free out again. 12 minutes gone in the second half.
Go. Go in the saddle when the ball's coming up here.
Patrick Hawley gets it low. Down towards PJ Hughes. Picks it up in front of the goal. Gets it low out towards Michael Benson. Benson has it. At the second attempt. Looks up. Comes inside Kenny. Kenny down to Joe Keane. Joe has it. Joe gets round his man Paul Ferrick. Joe is on a run. Gives it out quickly towards Derek McDonald. Derek gives it in low, in towards John Gerard Loftus. John Gerard is 20 metres out. John Gerard gets it in towards the goal, out over the end line and wide. Well, Crossmagh a bit hesitant there now in the second half. Hit and miss type of shots. Sean Griffin with the kick out. It's still Sean Griffin with the kick out. Sean gets it in towards the 45, brings down towards Jerry Higgins. Jerry has it, takes it quickly out towards Pat McAndra, and David Hopkins. It beats David, and Adrian Langan has it. Adrian gets it high in towards Fergus and Doyle. Fergus gets a hand to it, knocks it down. PJ Hughes goes back, gets a boot to it, gets it out. Beaten there by Gallagher. And the referee has awarded a free out. PJ Hughes will take it into the wind, gives it out as Frank Kenny slips, picks the ball up on a solo run. He's Michael Benson with them, gives it, loses it, gets it in low, in towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin and Derek McDonald, the two of them mess it up. Derek goes after it, gets it, tries to get away from it. Derek leaves it to Joe Keane. And Crossmagh haven't scored in the second half. 14 minutes gone. Culture have 5 points. Crossmagh to 3-8 as Joe Keane kicks into this wind. He's 35 metres out. He kicks it in and he kicks it wide. Well, Joe tried his best with the ball held up in the wind and pulled out to the right of the goal on our left as Sean Griffin once again. Griffin gets it out to 45, breaks down. Joe Keane picks it up, gets outside Ferrick. It's still Joe. Joe in front of the goal. Joe is shot. It hits the post, and Adrian Mullen has put the ball into the net, and that's the 4th time Crossmagh have hit the woodwork in this game, but this time it has paid off. It came back to Aidan Mullen. Aidan Mullen struck the ball into the Culture net to leave Crossmagh 4-8. Culture 5 points. "15 minutes gone in the second half. Griffin kicks it out. Derek McDonald is onto it. It breaks down to Kenny. Kenny, it comes into Mullen. Mullen gets it in low. The referee calls the play back. He will hop the ball, I think.
Yes, come on. What's on, Joe? Put your head up to that.
Well, there's a bit of confusion here. He's going to throw it in now. The ball breaks down, comes down on the ground. Free to Culture. Higgins gets it in towards Derek Kenny. Kenny comes inside his man, gets it in low, but David Hopkins is there, gets a boot to it. It screws off his boot. It goes in towards Gallagher. Tomas comes inside Pat McAndra. It's still Gallagher, but he's tackled by Patrick McAndra, fouled by Patrick McAndra. A free to Culture. 20 metres out. A high ball in, down towards Shane Heffernan Mooney. Heffernan knocked it out. It comes down to Doyle. Doyle is beaten by John Allen. John fouls Jimmy. Free to Culture. And the referee will have a word with both players here. He's going to throw the ball up. The Culture man lost his free there for retaliation. Ball breaks down. Doyle gets a fist to it. It's knocked down. Free to Culture. Adrian Langan has it. Adrian will take it off his hand. 4-8 to 5 points. Langan sends it in. Miles Buck goes for it. And The ball goes in off his hand and into the net for a goal for vKiltimagh. Well, vKiltimagh are right back in the game, 5-4-8.
Come on, Chris, ready?
17 minutes gone, 13 to go.
Come on, Chris!
And it just goes to show you how difficult it is to hold the ball in these conditions as the wind blows down, with pools of water on the field. And it looks like Seamus Burke has gone off, and Patrick Colley gets the ball out over the line on the 45, and in rugby style he found touch on the 45 as Derek Kenny will take this free, kicks it in across the face of the goal out to the 20-metre line. Shane Fergus is under it, knocks it down, free to vKiltimagh. Dead straight in front of the goal. Frank Griffin will take it. Well, Frank is leaving it to Adrian Langan. Adrian Langan leaves it there. And Jimmy Doyle will take it. Jimmy Doyle sends it in and sends it over the bar for his second point, and vKiltimagh 6th. With 11 minutes and a half to go. 11 and a half minutes in this county league. 4-8 to 1-6. 11 and a half minutes left in the game. As Patrick Colley into this wind. Looks up now, kicks it, it comes towards the 45, holds up, Michael Benson is under it, and Frank Griffin. Griffin gets a boot to it, Michael Benson brings it away. Referee has awarded a free for Holden. Free to Michael Benson. Michael gets it out towards Miles Burke. Miles has Pat McAndrew running with him. Pat picks it up, has Miles running with him, gives it in a high ball in towards the corner, towards Aidan Mullen. Mullen goes for it, touches it on the ground. A free to vKiltimagh. Penalises Aidan for throwing the ball away. Jerry Higgins will take it. Jerry, a high ball in towards the middle, towards John Nallen. Michael Benson is there and David Hopkins. They knock it away from one another. It comes back towards Pat McAndrew. Pat goes down on it, and Pat the captain. Pat is fouled, free to cross Malina. Pat gets it out this side of the field towards Miles Burke, and Miles comes away. Still Miles, gets it in towards Joe Kane. Joe trying to come inside his man, gets it out to Mullen. Mullen now 20 metres out, high ball in towards the goalkeeper. Pat Daly is in front of it. Pat gets a hand to it, but the ball goes wide. All it needed was a gentle touch in front of the goal, but the ball hopped out over the line. 10 minutes left in the game. Sean Griffin with the kick out. Gets it outside the 45. Michael Benson rises for it, knocks it down. Miles Burke gets a boot to it. It comes to Burke. Burke has it for vKiltimagh. Still going inside Derek McDonald. It's still Burke up on the far side of the field. 45 metres out. Carries the ball too fair. And a free to cross Malina. 50 metres out from their own goal. 4-8 to 1-6. And Shane Heffernan will take it. Gets it in low towards Joe Kane. And Joe... Well, Joe Kane has been pulled for carrying the ball too far. And I think in the conditions today that the referee is a bit harsh on players. As Peter Burke, a high ball down towards Pat McAndrew. It breaks down. Pat gets a boot to it. Gets out this side of the field. Pat goes after it. And gets it first time. In towards Aidan Mullen. Mullen goes for it with Jerry Higgins. Aidan gets it. Looks up. out towards Joe Kane. Joe is on a run. He's inside his man. There's 2 men after him. Make that 3. Gives it to Miles Burke. Miles is 40 metres out. Make that 30. He's in front of the goal. He's going to opt for the shot that went in at the other end. He sends it wide. Miles Burke was trying to atone for the lapse down at the other end a couple of minutes ago as Sean Griffin kicks the ball out this side of the field, comes down towards Aidan Mullen. Mullen goes for it, gets a toe to it. After Griffin, Frank Griffin. Frank picks it up, gets it high in towards the corner, down towards PJ Hughes and his man. As Stephen Fergus goes back, Fergus gets a boot to it. It breaks inside to Jimmy Doyle. Doyle is shot across towards Mooney. The ball goes out the far side of the field. Trying to come inside Shane Heffernan. Does so at the second attempt. Gives it out to Fergus. Fergus fists it out to Pat McAndra. And the no-nonsense Stephen Fergus gets it out to Pat. Out to Michael Benson. And Michael having a wonderful game here. Carrying the ball in the second half. With Miles Burke with them. Burke has it. Still going. Nobody comes to him. Looks up now. He's got Pat Daly in front of him. Pat gets a hand to it, down to Joe Kane. Joe in front of the goal, 20 metres out. Joe a shot, it hits the post for the 5th time. Back to John Gerard Loftus. John out to Derek McDonald. Derek McDonald back to Patrick Daly. Daly is shot, it's half blocked. It comes out to the goalie. The goalie is Warwick Walsh. Only as far as Daly. Daly goes after it, 30 metres out. Looks up, gets it high ball out the side of the field, out towards Kevin O'Malley. Kevin being tackled there, but gets it, loses it. As Griffin goes back for VKiltimagh and gets it. Gets it out, this side of the field, out towards Pat McAndra and Gallagher. Gallagher gets it, loses it, picks it up at the second attempt. A high ball across the field, out towards Hopkins. Hopkins goes after it, and Adrian Langan. Langan gets a pull to it, but back goes Mick Benson. And Mick slips as he went for the ball, got his hand to it on the ground, and a free to VKiltimagh. 3 metres out, Langan with the free. Adrian kicks it in low in towards PJ Hughes, gets a hand to it, pushed as he does so, and a free out to Crossmalina. Patrick Hawley with the kick out. 5.5 minutes left in the game, plus whatever stoppage time the referee will add on. 4-8 to 1-6.
Frank Griffin down your man to the kick out.
Patrick Hawley gets it out low. It comes towards Patrick McAndra. Patrick pulls it out this side of the field, being followed by Langan. The referee seemed to have Pat fouled. Pat kicks it high in towards Joe Kane and Higgins. Higgins gets a hand to it. Jerry tries to come through. Jerry is fouled, free to VKiltimagh. And Jerry gets it high in towards Langan. Fergus went for it, it breaks inside. Comes out and it's gone wide. VKiltimagh man get his fist over there with the wind, carried out over the end line. 5 minutes left. In this county league semi-final, John Allen goes for it, knocks it to Shane Heffernan. Heffernan goes outside, gets it out low the far side of the field, out towards Michael Benson once again. And Michael gives it up the far side of the field towards Derek McDonough. Derek is inside his man. Derek goes down, picks it up on a solo run, being tackled there by Burke. Gets away from Burke, gets it outside to Aidan Mullen. Aidan Mullen knocks it down to John Gerard Loftus. John Gerard tries to kick it soccer style inside Kelly. Walsh, the goalie. But Walsh gets it out to Burke. Burke gets it down high towards David Hopkins. Hopkins goes for it, reads the situation, into the wind. Looks up, kicks it, out the far side of the field towards Michael Benson. The man inspired today, and Benson comes away with it. Toe to hand, fisted in across. He had to wait for the ball to come down, but gets it on a solo run. He's Miles Burke with him. Daly is shot, and Daly a wide. Well, it's not gone wide yet. It comes down to Joe Kane in front of the goal. A shot from Kane, and a goal from Kane. And that about wraps it up for Crossmalina. Some great work there. Hopkins carried on by Patrick Daly, Michael Benson and Joe Kane. With the ball stopped from going over the end line by Aidan Mullen. As Higgins comes. Ball down to Hopkins. It breaks inside to Gallagher. Gallagher trying to come inside his man. Slips as he does so. Gets it out. On the far side of the field towards Mooney. Mooney has it. In front of Shane Heffernan. Comes into him. 45 metres out. Kicks it high. In towards the goal. Out over the in line and wide. 3 minutes left here in this County League semi-final. Castlemaine opened up a 3-8 to 1 point lead at half time, and they haven't been troubled by this Kiltimagh team in the second half. As the ball comes down to Hopkins, and having a great game at wing back, gets it boot to with a hand, picks it up, comes away, being tackled, gets it out the far side of the field, out over the line, a line ball to Kiltimagh on the far side of the field. He kicks it in, he kicks it across the goal. John Allen is under it, brings it out, gets a boot to it, gets it out the far side of the field. Frank Griffin has a push in the back on Michael Benson, and a free to Castlemaine. With time almost up, 2 minutes left in the game, and a sub on the Castlemaine. It's Rory Gallagher comes on for David Hopkins, and the ball comes down from Pat McAndrew to Miles Burke. Miles comes away, still Miles, looks up, gives it out the far side of the field towards Derek McDonagh, who had a great game today. Derek goes for it, being tackled, loses the ball to Peter Burke, breaks inside to the corner towards Mooney. Mooney gets a boot to it, screws back over his head. Shane Heffernan goes back, picks it up. As he comes outside, Derek Lavin, the ball goes out of Shane Heffernan, out over the line, a line ball to Kiltimagh. And a second sub on the Castlemaine team, it looks like Damien Barrett. The ball breaks down inside, Joe Kane is there, Joe gets it away, it's half blocked, comes down to Benson. Benson has it, he has Joe Kane with him, outside him if he needs him. It's still Benson. Gets the ball, then looks up for Joe Kane, and Joe has a lot of work to do there, but Joe fouls Peter Burke, and a free to Kiltimagh. The ball comes down to Jimmy Doyle, but he's beaten there by Stephen Fergus. Comes out to Lavin. Lavin being tackled by John Allen, gets it up. Fergus gets a hand to it, knocks it down to Joe Kane. Joe gets it away, out over the line ball to Castlemaine. Time is almost up. As Martin Barrett comes on and Kevin O'Malley goes off. Castlemaine have used up the 3 subs. Time is almost up. The ball in from Burke, down in front of the goal. Fergus knocks it down. Miles to Benson gets it high out over the line, the far side of the field, out over the stand. Shane Heffernan gets his hand to it out there, fists it out towards John Allen. John comes away with it, solo run, gives it up the far side of the field to Derek McDonagh. Derek picks it up, calls full time. The referee as Castlemaine advance to the county final on a score of 5-8 to 1-6. And into the county final at the under 16 on a scoreline of 5-8 to 1-6 here in James Stephens Park in Ballina.